Hey guys, Strong South City is back again. It's Alex.
And it's me, Noah.
And we are here with our long-awaited Battle of Los Angeles 2013 DVD reviews. These shows took place in August, and they are fucking amazing.
Yes.
This is just PWG at its most fun.
Pretty much.
Yeah. I mean, okay. Well, this is first. Let's start with the night one, which was this first match was Kevin Steen taking on Chuck Taylor. Pretty much a comedy match. These guys just went out there and had some fun. Shenanigans ensued, them poking each other in the eyes, debating over who the better commentator was, which was hysterical.
Oh yeah, the whole match was just a lot of fun. It was funny.
Well, first of all, don't forget the beginning of the match with them beating up a hat.
Yeah. Oh, which is always fun.
Yeah.
I love when guys do wrestling moves to
Inanimate objects.
Yes. And when Steen did the package pile driver to the hat, I lost it. I was laughing my ass off.
Okay. But this was just typical comedy stuff. These guys just went out there and had fun.
Right. Two of the funniest guys on the indie scene right now.
And they had some wrestling moves too. Most of course. And I like the finish. The finish was kind of cool.
It was enjoyable.
I give this 3.
I also gave it 3.
All right. Moving right along to the next match, which was probably one of the more brutal matches in this tournament, which was Tommaso Ciampa making his PWG debut, and he took on the fucking machine Brian Cage, and oh my god.
This was terrifying to watch.
Absolutely terrifying. The match starts out, Ciampa beats the shit out of him to begin with, and takes him to the outside and proceeds to mess up a powerbomb one time by Cage slipping out, does it again, and drops him right on his fucking head.
Yeah, and the whole time he was trying to just powerbomb him onto a chair, which is crazy enough.
Yeah. And Ciampa goes in the ring, and the whole arena gets the most quiet I've ever heard it, and people were legitimately scared that Brian Cage was dead.
Bro, it was brutal. It was scary. I didn't know what to think of the rest of this match.
Yeah, and then Cage gets back up and somehow managed to wrestle a pretty fucking awesome match.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, this was just two giant guys just beating the holy hell out of each other. And I loved it. It was a great match, I thought.
This was very enjoyable.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of wish they hadn't had that spot in the beginning where Cage got a little wobbly at first, because I think this would have been a stellar match.
Right, and to me, that's unnecessary. You don't need to do
that was really, really scary.
Especially when, I understand, it's Ciampa's debut, you're trying to get him, this big pop. He got it when he came out.
Yeah, and he didn't need that, but whatever. And I felt bad for Ciampa because you could tell as soon as you realized how bad Cage was, he was freaking out.
Yeah, you could tell that he was a little bit nervous,
shooken up,
unsettled. Yeah.
But great match, and they really actually made that play into the whole Cage was hurt and he managed to fight through, and they made it a pretty good story of the match.
I agree.
So I give this 3.5.
I gave it 3 1/4.
Okay. Then we had Willie Mack taking on Johnny Gargano, and again, this is another great match. I mean, these two guys work very well together.
Yeah, I think this is kind of the perfect style of matches for both of these guys. Is Willie Mack he's this agile big man.
Yeah.
And you're taking on a very, very agile guy. And normally you would think, oh, the big man's got it, but Johnny's a world champion.
Yeah.
He's a great wrestler. So I thought the dynamic of this match really worked well.
I think so too, and I love some of the counters things they pulled, that one where they just kept reversing the run the ropes or whatever into each other.
Yeah.
And then Willie Mack hits the biggest fucking pounce I've ever seen.
Oh my god.
And Johnny goes clear across the other ring, oh man, that was awesome.
That was great.
Yeah, this was just a lot of fun though. I really enjoyed it, and I think if these guys were given more time, they could have had a 4-star match.
Yeah, I think especially if you built a feud between these two, it would be unbelievable.
Yeah, Willie Mack deserves to get booked in DGUSA or ROH or something. Man, that guy is so underrated.
Oh, he needs to be booked everywhere. I'm shocked that he's not the biggest name in indie wrestling.
Shit, man, he's so fucking talented. I give this match 3.5.
I also gave it 3.5. I really enjoyed this.
Next up, we had Roderick Strong taking on AR Fox, and what a lot of people would say was probably a dream match for a lot of people.
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah. For me, this was just the typical Roderick Strong versus High Flyer match. That's not a bad thing. This was just every Roderick Strong High Flyer match you ever seen, where Roderick just throws these guys around and beats the hell out of them, and these High Flyers make their comebacks and everything. But it's fun. I still enjoy these matches.
Yeah, me too. And the thing about this, and I've said it before about AR Fox, is that I'm not completely sold on him. Okay. Now, the last show, I believe it was, he had a match with Elgin.
Yes.
And that was for me, that was my favorite AR Fox match. I felt like that was his coming out party. That was his best showing. And this was a match that I still wasn't sure. And part of me isn't like a biggest fan of AR Fox, so I wanted to see a guy who's going to take him to the limit and literally beat the living shit out of him.
Yeah.
Well, I guess not literally, but you know what I'm saying.
Right.
And Roderick is that guy, and I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, it was really fun, and you know, AR Fox, like, he's one of those guys that where he takes a bump like a backbreaker, he's gonna take it like a champ and like make it look as nasty as he can.
And to me, that's the thing. Like, if you're gonna do a spot and there's a bump, take the bump. Either take the bump or don't do the spot. And a good example of that is when Roderick does that that suplex on the apron.
I think it was the orange crusher or something like that. Orange ring, whatever.
Either way, he does the back.
Yeah, the vertebrae.
Belly to back on the apron.
Yeah.
Is what I'm,
okay.
And a lot of guys grab the rope or they land on their hip. Or, and I understand, but if you're going to land on your hip, just don't take the bump. And AR Fox, he takes bumps. Like, he will bump. He doesn't give a shit. It's unbelievable.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I give this 3.5. Just a great match.
I also give it 3.5.
All right.
Very good. Very good.
Next up, we had just one of the more unique matches this night, which was Joey Ryan taking on Drake Younger. And, man, this match started a little slow. I wasn't really digging it at first. You know, Joey Ryan, I like Joey, but his best work is in tag team matches, I think.
Yeah.
And then this match just went completely ridiculous when they brought out hard candy.
Oh my god.
And treated it like thumbtacks.
Yeah.
Which it took it the whole other level. And the only thing that really made this match even better was the crowd just totally buying into the whole time.
Yeah, I loved it. I thought it was a great throwback to how Drake has said that he's never going to do death matches again.
Yes.
So to me, it was almost like a play on that. Like,
exactly.
Okay, but check this out.
Yeah.
So I thought that was so funny.
And the commentary made it 100 times better. Like the hardest of the hard candies.
Yeah.
And then I think it was Joey Ryan, like powerbombs him in the hard candy. Drake sells it like fucking crazy. He goes down into the back. He comes back with another bag, and Johnny Gargano's like, "What does he got there? Mounds, Mars bars." And like he dumps out Legos, which
everyone knows if you step on a motherfucking Lego, your day is ruined.
And like Johnny's like, "What are those? All those Legos? Man, those really fucking hurt." And he's like, and then Drake does the Ryback shell shock.
Yeah.
Just the crowd loses it, and just. It was just, like, the match itself was okay, but the finish just took it to a whole different level.
It was so much fun.
Oh my god. I was crying from tears. It was so much fun. I ended up giving it only 2 3/4, but just, it was so much fun. I could watch the match 1,000 times just to watch that ending.
I gave it 3 stars. I really thought that it was just comical.
Yeah.
And I'm a big fan of Drake. Ever since he came to PWG, I've really been on his bandwagon.
He has taken his ability to a whole different level.
Definitely.
Man. He's so good. Alright, then we had ACH taking on Tony Nese. Both these guys, pretty kind of unknown talent still, kind of like just kind of getting their names out there, I think.
Yeah, I think that Anthony Nese, I feel like, has been around
He's
longer,
been around, but he's only...
But ACH has made more of a name in the indie scene for himself.
So these two guys had a pretty good match. I felt it was kind of like almost just these two guys having a showcase. It almost felt
That's
like.
what it felt like to me.
Like it was just them doing moves and trying to one up each other almost, and you know, I hate to say this, but like it was a little too much playing to the crowd. I thought.
Yeah, I felt the same way. It was a lot of they played to the crowd. They hit their moves.
Yeah.
But to me, it was just too long.
Yeah, it didn't really feel like they had much of a story. It was just like kind of like trying to one up each other the whole match. Like,
there wasn't really intensity.
Yeah. Well, one thing is like Tony Nese kind of like tweaked his ankle or knee or whatever.
Okay.
And so like that kind of like hampered it a little bit. But like I think it you could have made a play to the match, but just really never really got above just pretty good. I thought.
I agree.
But I did give it 3 1/4.
For me, I gave this 2 3/4. I thought this was the worst match of the night, and that's not necessarily a bad thing.
No,
if this is the worst match on the card, that's not.
That's
bad.
pretty damn good.
Yeah.
All right, then we had probably in a lot of people's opinion one of the best matches of the night, which was Trent taking on Kyle O'Reilly. And now I'm not the biggest Trent fan. I like the guy, but I don't know if he's deserved to get like as highly booked as I think he's been getting right now. But this match proved that he can fucking go.
Oh yeah. This was his best match I've seen.
Ever, yeah. He did good. The crowd didn't like him. The crowd loved Kyle, and they were really behind it. And they had some fun match. Like, this was just fun.
Yeah, and I thought that Trent did a really great job as a heel. I felt like this was, when I watched this match, most of his matches, I'm kind of indifferent about. He's not bad, but he's not great. When I watched this, I was like, man, if this guy had a storyline to sink his teeth into, he might be something to watch.
Yeah. I think if you make him like, I like the idea of him playing the guy who's like, hypes it like, oh yeah, I'm a former WWE guy. Like that's what makes him like,
It's perfect. Plus, he can actually wrestle.
Yeah, and so one of my favorite spots was him doing the that cradle back-to-back cradle pie driver, whatever it is, on the floor.
Oh,
that was nasty.
Yeah, that was nasty.
And then Kyle O'Reilly, like the finishing stretch was awesome.
Yeah, that was great.
Man, he is so goddamn impressive right now.
He is on top of his game, and he might be the guy in indie wrestling going forward.
Oh yeah.
Next year, watch out, because Kyle O'Reilly might be the name.
Oh yeah. I give this 3 3/4. I would have given it 4, but I just felt it was a little too long, and like a little slow at times. I felt.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with that. I gave it 3 3/4 also.
All right, and then we had the first round matches, which was Michael Elgin taking on Rich Swann, and Rich Swann was channeling his inner Scott Hall / Razor Ramon here, and it was pretty funny.
Yeah. That was funny.
So I want to hear what your opinion on this match is first.
I really enjoyed this match. To me, it was exactly what I expected. Elgin versus a high flyer. I don't know. It just didn't feel like I ever thought that Swann would win.
Okay.
But I really enjoyed this. I enjoyed it as much as a couple other matches on this card.
Okay.
But I want to hear what you have to say.
I think I'm like the only person in the world, but I really like this match. First of all, I love Elgin working with a high flyer, because Elgin is one of those guys that can take those high flying bumps and make them look good.
He's such a great post for people to work around.
Exactly. And I just thought like this match started and it was pretty hot, and just they kept it moving the whole time, I felt like, and it was just fun. I really enjoyed it. Rich Swann was great in this part, and I really, really enjoyed this match. I thought this was like a perfect example of a big man versus a high flyer, and I think I like this match more than anyone in the world, but whatever, I'm happy with this. This was a really fun match for me. I gave it 4 stars.
I gave this 3.5.
Okay.
But that's not to take away from it.
No.
It was very fun. To me, it just felt like you could have put pretty much any high flyer in there, and it would have been pretty similar.
Okay, that's fine. And then we had the main event, which was Adam Cole and the Young Bucks teaming up against TJP and the Forever Hooligans. Let's start off by saying right now, Adam Cole and the Young Bucks are like the greatest trio in wrestling.
Yeah, they're awesome.
Oh my god! If I wish Chikara was around right now, just so we could have these guys at King of Trios, because they'd be awesome.
Yeah.
This was a fun match. I thought this was just these were just 6 guys going out there and just having some fun and wrestling a good match. I thought everyone worked really well together, and I just thought like the Bucks and Adam Cole working together was so much fun. TJ Perkins obviously has past experience with Rocky Romero and Alex Kozlov, so they worked pretty well as a trio. And this was just super fun, I thought, and I just really enjoyed the whole time. And like the finishing stretch was great, I thought.
Yeah, I agree. I think Adam Cole and the Young Bucks, like you said, are just fantastic together.
Yeah.
TJP is one of the best technical guys, just a great worker.
Yeah.
For Forever Hooligans, obviously.
Yeah.
They're great.
One spot I loved was Matt Jackson putting on the hat and doing the Russian stomps,
that was great.
which me and Noah are the biggest fans of.
Oh, I love that.
We love
I
that.
love that
I
spot.
pop for that every spot.
Oh yeah, but this was another example to me. I don't know what it is about the Forever Hooligans, but you see them and you know they're awesome, and then they have a match and you're just like, it just misses that one thing. It's like I just feel like they're always missing it.
Okay.
And I don't know if the people that are watching PWG reviews are also watching New Japan.
They should.
I feel like this wasn't any better than their New Japan stuff. They stay in that 3 to 3 3/4 range. I feel like they could do better, but they don't. I don't know what it is.
Okay.
But anyway.
Okay. I give it 4. I really enjoyed this.
3 3/4.
Okay. What'd you give this first night overall?
This was a lot of fun. I'm gonna have to give it 7.75.
Okay, I'm gonna go with a solid 8. Every match was very fun. And it was very easy to sit through. I actually watched both night 1 and night 2 in like one shot,
Oh wow, yeah.
and it was it was a breeze to go through. All right, well, let's switch over to night 2, this is the best show from North America.
Blow your mind.
This is the best North American show of the year so far. There's no question, and this was fantastic.
Amazing.
Started things off with Brian Cage taking on Drake Younger in a quarterfinals match, right? No, was it quarterfinals? Yes, it was.
Yes.
Okay. Very fast, very furious match. Only lasted 7 minutes, unfortunately. I really didn't like that it went fast, but I think that might have been because Brian Cage the night before, they just wanted him to, which I don't know why they wouldn't put Ciampa in the position, but whatever, But yeah, this was just fun, and I just like the idea like of Brian Cage just muscling him around and basically being unstoppable, and Drake Younger just trying to find a way to steal a win out from under him. And that was kind of the story of this match, and it worked in the end, and that made sense for the quick finish.
Yeah, and the thing is, like you said, it was very short, but personally, I loved this match. If you told me, you tell somebody you have 7 minutes, go have a perfect match, they did.
Okay.
I thought this was amazing. They took into account the fact that Brian Cage was hurt. Also, Drake Younger, he's the one who pushed the pace. He climbs the ropes, he jumps onto Cage as he's entering, and you realize, like, Younger knows, like, if I'm going to win this match, if I'm going to win this tournament, I have to end this match now. Because Cage is huge.
That's a good point.
And I thought that was brilliant. I just loved this match. I changed my rating, but fuck it, I'm changing it back.
Okay.
I'm giving this 3 3/4, and I know a lot of people won't agree with that because it was so short, but I loved every second.
I think people would be more pissed about my rating for the Elgin Rich Swann match, but whatever. I give it 2.5. It was a very fun match for the time, but like I literally like as soon as the finish, I'm like, wait, what? Like so, but it was super fun and very easy match to sit through.
Loved it.
Then we had probably one of the best matches of the weekend, which was Kevin Steen taking on Johnny Gargano, another quarterfinal match. I keep messing it up. Fantastic. I've been wanting to see these two guys wrestle for so long. This was a picture-perfect match for these two guys. Kevin Steen playing the brute, basically, and just muscling Gargano around, and Gargano playing the guy who just keeps having this heart and like just keeps fighting back, and working that shoulder, constantly looking for that Gargano escape, all during the match, and just he finally locks it in the middle of the ring, and that was it. And that finish
was amazing.
At one of the best. That was so, and the crowd lost their shit when that happened too.
The thing is, this whole match was just great.
Yeah. So
good, and Gargano and Steen just have such a great chemistry.
Yeah.
And they know how to fit their roles. Steen's he's the big guy.
Yeah.
He's an asshole, so he's gonna be a dick, and he's gonna power Johnny around. But Johnny just
has that. It's
all heart.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. Like Johnny Gargano is a great heel and drag you to a save, but he's such a good face at the same time.
Yeah.
Like, he can play that babyface role.
I loved this match.
It was so much fun. I give this 4 stars easily.
I did too. I loved it.
I wish these guys could have a feud in a promotion. It'd be amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Then we had Michael Elgin taking on Roderick Strong in another quarterfinal match. Was not very excited for this match going in because I'm just like, oh, we get to see these guys wrestle again. We've seen it before in our
seen
wage.
it so many times.
Was not a bad match. This is basically on par with their matches in our wage. Wasn't bad. Little slower than I would have liked, but I think they just want to let the fans calm down a little bit before, because after this it got fucking nuts, this show.
Yeah.
So it worked. It just, fun match. I liked Roger kind of throwing everything he had at Elgin, and Elgin just kept beating him. The only problem is, like, Elgin locks in the crossface like one time, and that was it. And it's like, I wish they kind of built up to the finish more. But a good match and a solid effort from both guys.
I would have to agree with that. I enjoyed this match quite a bit. It wasn't anything we haven't seen from the two already. Honestly, I thought it was on par with pretty much every other match that they've had. The only thing with this match that was nice as compared to some of their other matches was there wasn't other stipulations involved, so it was just a regular match, which was nice. But again, it's not that these guys don't have chemistry. It's just that
they're not ones that can bring that next level out of each other.
I agree.
They're good, but it's just like it's you announce that match, I'm not gonna get excited for it.
Right. And these guys, they can bring it out of everybody else, but they're
good. It happens. And then we had the match.
Did you rate that match?
Oh, I gave it a 3.5. Sorry.
I also gave it 3.5.
Right. Let's talk about the match of the entire fucking weekend. Oh my god!
This match blew my mind.
This match is absolutely a masterpiece of wrestling, which was ACH taking on Kyle O'Reilly in the last quarterfinal match. Holy shit. This was an example of two young guys who both have not really reached their full potential yet, I think. And they went out there and they stole the whole fucking week out from everyone.
Oh, definitely. This match was unbelievably good.
It started out slow, feeling out process, and then it kicked in overdrive. The selling, the storytelling of the physical of just abuse these guys were throwing at each other, just insane.
Yeah.
And absolutely one of the best finishing sequences I've ever fucking seen in my life.
Oh, it was incredible. This match was just... I can't heap enough praise on this match.
You can't.
Especially between, two guys that are of similar stature that...
are hungry to get to that next level.
Amazing match.
This is a match that you need to see. I mean, I saw the preview video from that PWG put out, and I saw this preview, I'm like, oh my god, that match is going to be amazing. It surpassed my expectations.
That's pretty crazy.
It was
the
incredible.
Thing is, I'll say this. I watched Steen Gargano on this night, and I was like, well, I'm going to have to rewatch this show. And I saw this match, and I was just like, oh my god, I have to see that again.
It's incredible. It's a match that just keeps getting better as I watched it, I think.
Yeah, amazing.
Absolutely amazing. And just, again, I can't put over ACH's selling more. He just sold that arm damage so well during this match.
And the thing is, you don't see that very often.
No, guys sell a move, and then as it goes into the finish sequence, they'll just not stop selling it. ACH kept selling that whole arm. And just fantastic match.
Again,
oh
like
my
you
god.
Said, it was perfect. Perfect.
Yeah, absolutely. 4 1/4. One of the best PWG matches of the year.
Wow. Yeah, I would have to agree with that. But I'm going to go ahead and say 4.5.
Okay.
I loved this match.
No shame in that rating, but oh my god, man. Absolutely see this match. Absolutely.
Yeah.
This is better than TJ Perkins and Kyle O'Reilly, which I thought was I didn't think that was going to be possible at top, but they did.
Oh, yeah.
All right, and then we came back from intermission and we had the 6-man match, which was B-Boy, Tommaso Ciampa, and Willie Mack, a.k.a. Team Fuck You, I think it was.
Is that what it was?
I think it was. And then we had taking on Chuck Taylor, Trent, and Joey Ryan, which was Team Best Friends or whatever. And this was fun. This is a fun match. They had some comedy spots, and Willie Mack was just absolutely amazing. Ciampa was a fucking monster. B-Boy was an asshole. And this is just fun to match. And
so much fun.
Best part of this match, Chuck Taylor brought back the invisible grenade. And
that's the thing. There were so many spots that just had me roll.
Yes.
I was laughing so hard during this match.
Oh my god, it was so much fun.
And the thing is, there's comedy matches and then there's wrestling matches, but they know how to intermingle that shit. Yeah. It's so good.
One great spot I thought it was early in the match with Chuck Taylor hiding the steel chair in his tights and trying to get in the ring with it. It was fantastic.
The human centipede spot, I nearly cried. I was laughing so hard. Yeah, I could not believe how genius that was.
One scary spot was which they nicknamed that entryway the death zone for this weekend because it was people were dying.
Yeah, that was terrible.
Chuck Taylor goes for the
step up.
Yeah. And his foot gets tangled, and oh my god, it looks like he came this close, whacking his head on the apron.
The thing is that I don't like that spot because when you're running and you step on the middle rope, and then you have to jump over the top rope, you have to go back. Yeah. And the thing is, some guys can hit it. ACH does it all the time.
Oh my god, yeah.
But the potential for what happened this night is so high that when it happened, I was like, oh my god. Yeah. I can't believe Chuck Taylor finished the match.
No kidding, man.
Was able to move. To walk.
He was limping badly though, and but another great part I liked was Ciampa going to give, I think it was Joey Ryan or Trent, the powerbomb on the chair again, and everyone in the crowd, even his team was like, no, don't do that. Yeah. And Chuck Taylor was like, yeah, man, it's a family. And then Brian Cage comes out and just looks at Ciampa seriously, and Ciampa okay, I'm sorry, let's empower him on the chair. It was oh my god.
The thing is, this was almost not a wrestling match because if you take it seriously.
It made no sense.
You'll be pissed at this match, this is stupid. But when you look at it in the context of PWG and comedy wrestling, it was perfect. I was laughing my ass off.
It was so much fun. I get this 3 1/4. This was a super fun match. This is something I expect from Chikara.
Yeah, I gave this 3.5. I loved it.
All right. Then we had another great match, which was Michael Elgin taking on Johnny Gargano. Another match I've been wanting to see for so long. And once again, this lived up to the expectations. I mean, this was a great match. Just again, it was kind of almost like the same as Steen and Johnny, where like Elgin was just this monster, and Johnny was trying to just stand up to him. And them going over and over again for the submission was great. I love that. And just this was a fantastic match, I thought.
I enjoyed this match for its work rate and the athleticism. The problem I had with it was that I didn't like how Johnny was going toe to toe. You know, throwing elbows with Elgin. Like, I don't believe that he could do that.
He had gone against Shingo, though, to be fair.
That's true. The only thing is that it's just hard for me to believe that a guy like Gargano... to me, it's like your strategy going in as a small guy shouldn't be going
toe to toe,
especially
in a tournament match. Okay, I can understand that.
That bugged me.
Okay.
And also, you know, the submission spot was cool, but to me, Gargano should have won it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because he's the quick guy. I don't know why. I didn't understand why Elgin won it. Maybe. But other than that, the match was great. Yeah. I just felt like the dynamic was a little.
I also felt the finish just kind of came out of nowhere almost.
Agree.
Yeah, like like Johnny goes on the top rope and like just like goes for the Hurricane and just boom, powerbomb done. And it's like it was kind of like.
It was cool.
It was cool, yeah, but it's just like I was kind of like like after all that match, I kind of expected more of a built-up finish. Yeah. But still a great match. I give it 4.
I give it 3 3/4.
Okay. Then we had the last of the semifinal match, which was Drake Younger versus Cole Kyle O'Reilly. This was a great match too. I thought. One thing I liked about this match was that this was just all action, start to finish, all action. And the way I looked at it was like these were two guys that were going out there. And like we're just like I need to end this quickly.
That's how I felt.
Like I need to get in this match. I need to beat this guy quickly and get out of this. I need to rest. And that's kind of what the match was. It was just these guys were just throwing everything they could at each other in the hopes of just beating them fast.
Yep. And the thing is that I really, really loved about this match was that it was almost like Drake came into this whole night thinking, if I'm going to win this tournament, the first 2 matches, I have to end them now. Mm-hmm. And so the first match he went in and it was that 7-minute sprint. And this next match it was like, all right, it's the same thing. This guy knows what he's doing. I'm going to go in there, balls to the wall. I have to end it. That way I have a chance to save some energy for the finish, for the final match. Yeah. So I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, I liked it too. Just very good match. Just fantastic. And these guys were pretty well together. I would love to see a rematch down the road.
Yeah.
I give it 3.5.
I give it 3 3/4.
Okay. Then we had one of the best matches of the night, which was Candice LeRae and AR Fox and Rich Swann taking on Adam Cole and the Young Bucks. Oh my God, there was this match. If you thought the first match, the six-man tag match, was funny, this was absolutely hysterical.
Oh man.
Let me say right now, Candice LeRae was booked in the best match of her life. In this match.
This booking was perfect.
This was genius. Because Adam Cole, like, kind of taking it, like, mocking her because she's a girl, and, like, she just beating the shit out of Adam was hysterical.
The double ball plex.
Yes, double ball backs to the Young Bucks. Grabbing Adam Cole's dick.
Yeah. Here's the thing,
just
like...
so many great spots.
For the first half of the match...
It was pretty much basic tag match, I think.
Yeah. But the way that this was booked, it was basically the men were beating the shit out of the woman and laughing about it.
Yeah.
Remember Nick Jackson? I've never seen a man slap a woman as hard as Nick Jackson smacked Candice LeRae.
Yeah.
And I remember watching that being like, man, this shit, I mean, it's great wrestling and shit, but I don't know if I'm okay with this. But the way that they booked it with the redemption.
Yeah.
And you see that in WWE where like a woman gets trashed and then she gets her redemption and it's kind of eh. But this was just like so well done.
Yeah, absolutely, and like just the crowd was losing it during this match, and like some great near falls. Like I mean, like when like AR Fox and Rich Swann hit those 2 splashes on the Bucks, and the crowd totally believed like that was it. And then the Bucks and Adam Cole just destroying Candice with that finish.
Yeah,
it was cool. Just this was just awesome. I thought it was a very fun match. I mean, and Candice looked like the biggest babyface in PWG right here. I thought. And it was fantastic, and the crowd loved it. The crowd really made this match work, I thought.
Yeah, they did.
And also Kevin Steen losing on commentary, like laughing his ass off.
Yeah, of course. It's
just
always a plus.
Just absolutely fantastic. I give this 4 stars. Loved it.
I gave it 3 3/4. I really enjoyed it. Also.
All right. And then we had the finals, which was Michael Elgin taking on Kyle O'Reilly in the finals of the 2013 Battle of Los Angeles. Pretty damn good match, I thought. You know, this was one of those matches like where it's just like these guys obviously were drained. Okay, so they went into this match beating the hell up, and they were throwing everything they had at each other. And I felt that it really came across in that match of like these guys just were throwing everything they could, trying to win this match. And they did do a spot that I really liked, which you didn't really care for, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Which was they imitated the Shibata and Ishii spot where like both guys got like one guy would get down on his knees and let the guy chop him or kick him or whatever, and they just go back and forth for a while. And I really loved it because I just thought like it's these guys like just pushing each other, like they're like like bring it on, like trying to encourage each other like to go like that further or whatever. And I agree with you what you said though. The crowd did not get into it as much as the New Japan crowd did.
Right. And the thing is, like, I felt like not only did the crowd not get into it, which definitely hurt it.
Yeah.
The crowd in Japan, they loved it. Like they understood, like, oh, it's this guy trying to prove he's tougher than this guy.
Yeah.
Whereas PWG, everybody was like,
yeah,
what are you doing? Which is, I could have put up with that. That was fine.
Mm-hmm.
But the problem I had was that they took the spot like to a T. It was a direct carbon copy.
Yeah.
And that bothered me because the match didn't happen that long ago.
I agree. That is a good point. And like I kind of wish like they had done something different, like where like one guy goes for like chops him and then like just kicks him in the head or something like that.
That's the thing. Like they could have done
something a little different.
They could have done the same
setup,
right? But change it. Not I get down on a knee. One guy kicks. One guy chops. That's exactly the same. They could have just varied it in some way.
Okay. Really I did enjoy the ending though, like where Kyle O'Reilly has the triangle choke in and Elgin tries to powerbomb him and does, but O'Reilly keeps that locked in. And that was really cool and very good match though. I mean, it was a really great match to end the show on, and I think it's kind of like on par with Cole and Elgin from last year, like where it's just these guys are drained as hell and they managed to pull off a really good match.
Yeah, I agree.
I get a 4.
I'm gonna go 3 3/4 again.
Okay. And then we had the aftermatch. I want to talk about this.
This is amazing.
This was one of the best endings to a show I've ever seen. Because
this was almost as good as Steen Wolf.
I agree that. So Adam Cole comes out mocking Kyle O'Reilly, basically saying like, "Oh, you're always going to be number 2. You're never going to be as good as me," because they used to be tagging partners. Cole kicks the shit out of him. The Young Bucks run out. They start attacking him. Candice LeRae comes out trying to help. And then I love the fact like when they were beating her down, Kyle like covers her up. Like that was really cool.
Yeah.
And then Joey Ryan comes out, and he's just like, "No one beats up Candice but me." Like
that was awesome.
That was awesome. And they're beating them up. Then Drake comes out. Then Rick Knox comes out, and just like it was like the Bucks and Adam Cole just keep beating up everyone. Steen gets in the ring with Rick Knox, and package pile drives Rick Knox, and the place lost it.
Right, because everybody thought Steen was a face.
Yeah, Steen's the like Steen, Kevin Steen, everyone loves Steen.
And he hates Cole and the Bucks.
Yeah,
so.
And it was just like, oh my god! And then package pile drives Drake Younger, and Candice LeRae, and just like, oh my god, like, and just it was chaos, and it was just the coolest thing in the world.
Yeah, that was awesome.
I mean, I lost it when I saw this, and it was great. And so they formed a nice, awesome stable called Mount Rushmore.
Of wrestling.
Of pro wrestling, yes, which awesome, and I want to buy that shirt that they made. But this was a fantastic way to end the show, and makes Kyle O'Reilly look like the biggest babyface in the company right now. I mean, this is a fantastic way of putting him over and making him making him like want to get that revenge against those guys. And
totally,
I cannot wait to see what PWG does with this. And it's very rare that PWG does a storyline, so this is awesome.
And I love how they do it because they only do a storyline every once in a while, and that's because they only need to do it every once in a while. You only need to drop a bomb once, and it'll carry for months.
Yeah, and also, it's just like when they do a storyline, they make it a good one. So also, one thing I want to add, please let Super Dragon return and come back and beat the shit out of Kevin Steen in one match or something.
You know how amazing it would be if it was like 2 guys in the ring, and there's the Mount Rushmore, or the 4, I guess, is it? So there'd have to be 3 guys in the ring, and then all of a sudden the lights go out, and everybody knows
it's Super Drag.
It's Super Drag. Like, can you imagine that match?
God,
it would be incredible.
People love Super Dragon PWG, man. And I love Super Dragon. He's awesome.
The things about Super Dragon is that I love him. I'd love to see him every show, But he's like Taker.
Oh, yeah.
For PWG, you
Exactly.
only got to see him once
Yep.
a year,
Mhm.
maybe, and you're satisfied.
Yeah. All right. What'd you get the show overall though?
You know, it's hard. It's hard for me to judge this, but I mean, this might be the best show I've seen all year.
Really?
Aside from
Wow.
King of Pro Wrestling, I'm gonna have to give this a 9.25.
I went 9.25 as well. This is I think my number 2 show of the year overall. It was fantastic.
Easily the best show in North America.
One of the best $20 I've ever spent this year.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
If you want English commentary, this will easily be the best show of the year.
Absolutely. Buy this show. Absolutely. And buy night 1 too. It's great too.
And the thing is, night 1 makes night 2 better.
Exactly.
So
it completes each other.
Oh.
All right. Thank you guys for watching. Take care. Bye.